Good evening and welcome to the Select Board meeting of June 23rd, 2025, in Room 3 at Town Hall. And welcome to the meeting, folks, and we're going to work our way through this agenda and go back out into the heat. First item on the agenda is the signing of the warrant,
Motion, Mr. Chair, to sign the warrant, please.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
and that's unanimous. Approval of regular session minutes of June 9th, 2025.
Yep, motion to approve regular session minutes of June 9, 2025.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
And that is unanimous. Public hearings, we have National Grid and Verizon New England concerning a pole location on South Main Street. Are they coming in, Rick, or are we just?
They were supposed to. Leonard tried all day, and nobody responded, so I am
Okay.
not sure if they're going. I thought maybe nobody online, Andy? Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to that if they do appear.
Yeah.
Sure.
Scheduled appointments, we have the Finance Director concerned with transfers.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening,
Evening,
Zach.
sir.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
Very well. Yourselves?
Good, thanks.
Good. If I may, I'll just give a brief introduction of why I'm here, give a little presentation, and then gladly go into greater detail or answer any questions the board may have. As you know, this is Chapter 44, Section 33B transfers. I call it Round 2 because I do sponsor an article, as you know, at the annual town meeting for transfers at the time. This statute allows us to do transfers within the operational budget, so no articles, no capital, no special revenue fund. It allows the select board approval with the concurrence of the FinCom in the last month of the year and the subsequent 15 days of the following year. So well within those guidelines. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank department heads, because typically this list is a lot bigger. We have 8 items. Last year was twice as big, and I was not pleased about it, and I let people know it at a department head meeting. So I want to say I think the message was received, and I certainly applaud that. Typically this time of year, it may be issues like overtime, repair and maintenance, and there's a couple of, and it's not unusual, it's the same this year. There are a couple requests that I did want to go into a little bit of detail on, and then I wanted to explain the large one that I did in the email, but I'd like to verbally discuss it at this open session. So let's go through a couple requests. So the fire department is seeking $11,000 from within their budget. This isn't an outside budget, but it's in their salaries. They have a garage door bay issue. They have the money now. They would like to do it now. Otherwise, you get whacked with your minuscule repair and maintenance budget right out of the gate in July. I strongly encourage that we allow the chief to do that. The second request is similar but much smaller with the Parks Department. They have a vehicle that's out, same situation. Either we wait for July, hit their repair and maintenance budget right out of the gate, or they can handle it within their personal services budget. It's $1,000. I suggest we take care of that too. But the one I did really want to point out today, as I wrote in the email to you 3 gentlemen, is health insurance. It was a big topic of discussion. You may recall when I was here with Town Council and Rep. Brian Murray. Not a Milford issue. It's statewide, probably nationwide.
Yeah.
We did, at the time, charge our OPEB, other post-employment benefits trust account. We did adopt a working trust, so we charged 2 months worth, and then this kicked out as the final deficit, if you will. So rather than charge that account, I do have available funds within the budget. I would like your permission to take care of it that way, therefore kind of leaving our OPEB trust as is, stopping the bleeding, if you will. We do have an opportunity to take care of that now. I'll stop there and answer any questions you may have.
Gentlemen, any questions?
No, just a couple of comments, Zach, just to let the public know, too, that this is not an emergency transfer. It's a standard adjustment in balancing the budget that we have appropriations for already, and that we're just more or less transferring them from one account to another. And as you mentioned, the health insurance, I know through the email and through your presentation just now, you were concerned about it, the $135,000, but it's very essential, but it's a very unpredictable type of a budget item.
I'm glad you made that point,
You know.
Selectman Mazatelli. So,
Yeah.
yes, for years, have called it the most versatile budget. Just changing, getting married, it jumps you to double. Like,
Exactly.
predicting who you may or may not have. And
It's something you can't predict from year to year, not only with the employees, but also with the predictability, like you just mentioned, and not only goes up throughout the state, probably with the whole country. So it's something that, again, it's essential but predictable, and again, it's just our way of balancing the budget to go within the legal process that we have to go through as you as finance director.
that's correct. Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Michael?
I have no comment.
I have no questions.
Fantastic.
I'm accustomed to being a body to this, so.
It's not your first round.
A motion to approve the request from the finance director regarding these transfers.
Thank you.
That's unanimous.
I have my utmost trust.
Thank you, Selectman Walter. Appreciate that.
Zach, thank you very much.
Have a great night.
Thank you. Thanks, Zach.
Take care.
Gentlemen, we do have someone online. I don't know if it's the,
Could you check and see if it's the folks for the poll? We'll take care of that.
they're online.
Okay, that would be the,
Are you here for the poll, National Grid?
Yes,
oh, good,
Great.
yes, yes.
good.
All right.
Can you get his name? Mr. Chairman, rather.
Could you, what's your name, please?
Al Galvin, design engineer,
Okay.
National Grid out of Hopedale.
Okay.
Al, okay.
All right, Al, give us an idea give the public an idea of what you're trying to do here.
Yep, we're installing a 40-foot support pole across from the existing pole 26. And due to a heavy leaning on that pole, and there's a lot of weight and tension on those lines, we didn't have room to put a push brace pole on the side of 26. So the next easiest route to take is a support pole across the street, anchor it back so everything's in line, and we don't have any future leaning or damaged equipment.
Any questions?
I have no question, Mr. Chair. I see everything is in order. The application and the petition was filed according to what it should be. And if you need, I can make a motion. Michael, do you have any? No? Then, Mr. Chairman, I'd like a motion to approve the petition from Mass Electric doing business as National Grid as described in the application that he filed for the petition without me reading the whole thing.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That's unanimous. Thanks, Al.
Al, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you, Al.
Next item,
Nice.
take care. The next item is the town administrator's report.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. A number of items tonight. First, I do want to know that there are cooling shelters. Fire Chief Mark Nelson, due to the upcoming heat wave, or existing heat wave, we should say, cooling shelters were made available at the police station department lobby yesterday and at the police department senior center and library during normal business hours today, and they will be also in effect on Monday. The library is available because due to their late hour until 9 p.m. So we urge the public, if there's a need, please go to the cooling shelters. I do want to recognize a Finance Committee member who's resigning, Chuck Miklasovich. His daughter has informed us he does not wish to be reappointed to the Finance Committee at the end of the fiscal year. As we all know, he's been a member for over 50 years, since 1972. His dedication, commitment, and passion in serving the town of Milford is well known. He wanted to let everyone know here that he's going to truly miss working with the department heads, the finance committee members, select board, and others. And we're very thankful and appreciative for his service, and hopefully we can honor him in an upcoming meeting. National Grid has informed me that there is going to be doing work on July 1st to make improvements to our electrical system. The crews to work safely. It's going to be necessary to interrupt residents' power for approximately 8 hours, beginning at 8:30 a.m. until approximately 4:30 p.m. They regret any inconvenience this may cause and recognize their customers are spending more time at home, but the work is necessary for the company to continue to deliver safe and reliable service to residents. The streets affected by this outage in town will include numbers 2 through 15, 17, and 97 on Lincoln Street, and houses numbered 35 through 45 and 51 on Winter Street. In the event of inclement or extreme weather, like today, above 90 degrees, they will reschedule and perform the next day, July 2nd. If that same issue arises, they will have to reschedule. Written notification of the interruption has been sent to all area customers. One other reminder, fireworks will be held on Saturday, July 5th. We do have a rain date of July 11th. And I do want to also make one other, and we've talked about this before, there are presently 3 wine and malt and cordial alcohol licenses available to be issued. Anyone seeking to file an application to acquire such a license should contact the Select Board office and my office. And that's all I have, gentlemen.
Those are on premise.
Correct, yes, on premise.
Licenses.
Yes, not package store, on premise.
Thank you, Rick.
Yep.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.
There is no old business, so we're going to move to new business.
Can I just interrupt?
Please.
We didn't have anybody at the public hearing. We had no one from the public.
Oh, no.
No.
I didn't think so. Thank you, sorry.
Thank you for catching that, Rick. Appreciate it. New business, Metro West Regional Transit Authority is looking for a designee for the board.
I'll make a motion that we reappoint.
You were quick with that one, Paul.
Reappoint Michael.
You were quick with that one.
I would gladly accept.
And that's unanimous.
Unanimous.
Baptism by fire.
That's right. 2 of us stepped backwards and you ended up stepping forward whether you like
Like the
it or not.
Army.
Yes. Next item is the town administrator, the comprehensive plan.
Yes, the comprehensive plan was approved and voted on by the Finance Committee. It was also approved and voted on by the Comprehensive Plan Committee. Paul and myself were members of that committee. All we would be looking for is a vote to adopt the new comprehensive plan. In your packet was the executive summary. I did give you also the link. The plan itself is a number of pages. It is up on the town website, so if anybody really wants to go through it, they can. If they really want a hard copy, they certainly can come to my office. So we'd just be looking for a vote. I just want to thank the committee itself, as Paul, I think, mentioned last meeting, a number of meetings, a number of reviews, a number of edits, and we think we have what we feel is very solid, updated, comprehensive plan.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we, the Select Board, vote to approve and adopt the Town of Milford's 2025 Comprehensive Plan as presented.
And I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. Town administrator for appointments and reappointments.
Yes, in your packet, it's that time of year, you have a list of the appointments for the board to consider. There are some vacancies. Some are just reappointments to existing committees, obviously. So if the board wants to take them up possibly in order and by department or committee, we can go through them that way.
The first item would be the animal control officer. I have a motion.
Motion, Mr. Chair, to appoint Keith Haynes as the Animal Control Officer, when his term would expire 6/30/2026.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. The second item is the fair housing director.
I make a motion that we appoint Leonard C. Oliveri as Fair Housing Director. Same term would expire 6/30/2026.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
The next positions, two positions, Emergency Manager Director and Emergency Manager Deputy Director.
Yes, that we appoint Mark Nelson as the Emergency Management Director and Donna Rozier as the Emergency Management Director, Deputy Director. Both terms expiring 6/30/2026.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That's unanimous. The Commission on Disability.
Motion that we reappoint Julie Gonzalez and Ruth McDade on the Commission of Disability, and their term will expire 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman, with the understanding that there are two vacancies as well.
Yes. So people can apply, and we'll take those up in another meeting.
Exactly.
That's what I would recommend. And that's unanimous, those appointments. Conservation Commission.
Yeah, Mr. Joseph Zakili and Mr. Paul J. Braza as members of the Conservation Commission, terms expiring 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
The next is the Council on Aging, and I am one of the appointments, so I'll recuse myself from
Sure.
my own appointment.
Okay, then I make a motion that we reappoint Francis X. Small, Esquire, Thomas J. Olafin, Esquire, and Edwin Roth as members of the Council on Aging, and their term will expire 6/30/2028 as well.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
Aye. I'm in favor. Aye. Unanimous.
Yeah.
All right.
Unanimous, 2-0.
Yep.
The next one is the Economic Development Commission.
Stephen Borges to be reappointed to the Economic Development Commission. Term expires 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. Fair Housing Committee.
Fair Housing, I make a motion that we reappoint Linda C. Oliveri, John Morty, and Michael P. Visconti Jr. as members of the Fair Housing Committee. Terms will expire 6/30/2026.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. Next is the Finance Committee.
Finance Committee, I make a motion that we reappoint Brett Hornberger, Carly Kirkman, and Alberto Correa as members of the...
For 1 second, now going back to the fair housing, there was one talent bank. I didn't know if you looked at that. I think there are 2 vacancies, so.
I thought it's to take them up in another meeting. Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, good,
However
Tom.
you wanna
That's
do
a good
it.
idea.
Appointments tonight.
Yep, that's
Let's do
fine.
appointments at the next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom. So again, Finance Committee members, I make a motion that we reappoint Brant Hornberger, Carly Kernan, and Alberto Correa as members of the Finance Committee. Terms expiring 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That's unanimous. The Geriatric Authority of Milford.
I make a motion that we reappoint Susan Clark and George Holland as members of the Geriatric Authority of Milford. Terms expiring 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. Historical Commission.
Historical Commission reappointment of Anne LaMontagne and Robert Samiaggio, whose terms will expire 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. Personnel Board.
Personnel Board, I make a motion that we reappoint Jody Narsiglia as a member of the Personnel Board, terms expiring 6/30/2030.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That's unanimous. Registrar of Voters.
For that committee, Sandra Kamasha, whose term will expire 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That's unanimous.
Christine Crean to be reappointed to the Youth Commission, and her term will expire 6/30/2028.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
And last but not least, the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Zoning Board of Appeals to reappoint Christopher Burns as an alternative one, and also John W. Mastriani as Jr. as a member. Chris Burns' term will expire 6/30/2028, and John Mastriani Jr.'s term will expire 6/30/2030.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. The next is the Town Administrator Common Victual License for Sabor Quintino Restaurant.
Yep, just a request by the applicant is a new common victual license. The new manager is Jose M. Loja Megatana, and I believe all the paperwork is in order, and I would look for a vote from the board for approval.
Okay. A motion, Mr. Chair, to approve the request of this application from Sabra Quintana Restaurant, 136 Main Street, for common victuals license. All paperwork is in order, and I vote that we approve it.
And I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That is unanimous. Invitation to speak, is there anyone online?
No one online.
No one online. There's no one in the audience? Correspondence, gentlemen?
I don't have any, Mr. Chairman.
Good. And we do not have an executive session. Do I have a motion?
A motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
I would second that, Mr. Chairman.
That's unanimous. Good evening, and thank you very much for tuning in. Try to stay cool.
Stay cool.
You know, the town administrator mentioned places you could go to cool off. Police department's open 24 hours a day, so feel free to stop by. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.